How are we getting on, folks? Look at decent day overall in Naas. It was great to get a couple of winners. 7-1 winner in Mother Country and 7-2 winner in Hamwood Flyer. As well as that, we had a lovely 25-1 each way place. That was obviously April showers for Donegal O'Brien. Definitely one to add in for the tracker. I think it's got an awful lot to like about it going into further into the summer season anyway. Moving on to tomorrow, first day of a 3-day festival. The Curragh obviously holding the Irish Derby. Obviously being Derby weekend, the weekend of my birthday as well. So I'm definitely going to be looking to try and get as many winners as I possibly can for it. Whether I'm going to be successful or not, I don't know. There's an awful lot of big prices in here. Just going through them here: 12-1, 7-4 Nap, 20-1, 3-1 next best, 33-1, 20-1, and 12-1. So if we could get some of them big prices in, by God, we're going to have a great day. Definitely more often than not, they are going to be each way. The only two that I've actually gone for a win is the Nap and the next best, but realistically, those should not be beaten. We'll carry on anyway. The first race off, the 4:30. This is over 6 furlongs. Currently is reading good, but there is rain. It's been raining all day here in Galway. Not sure what it's been like up in the Curragh, but I'd say it's fairly much similar conditions. But obviously, look at Jessica O'Brien's horse has been well supported in. Aidan O'Brien is on the drift. There's not much to go on here, but the one that I am liking is Paddy Toomey's horse, drawn in stall 7, called Glengarra, ridden by Billy Lee. Currently priced at 12-1. I definitely think is well worth a bit of an each way play. When you think about experience and progression and everything else like that, this one here definitely does hold an awful lot of cards. When you look at the breeding end of things of most of the horses in here, favorite in here looks like it's going to need maybe a mile to a mile two. Second favorite, mile to mile 4, I would say, being closely related to Sir Dragonet. Ultramarine, I'd say 6 furlongs is going to be the minimum as well. I think it's going to need a mile to a mile two. But does handle 6, ran a fairly decent race the last day. Beauty Inspire. Yeah, speed. Keep a close eye on that one for Ger Lyons and Colin Keane. 11-2 looks to be a fairly nice price. If there is one I would be going against, my one is definitely him. But Glengarra, when you look at the bloodline coming from the profitable line, plenty of 6 furlong form in that bloodline. When you look at the likes of Aquarius, 78 rated, half brother to winners, Tabdeed, 6 furlong, including 2-year-old Group 3, rated 115. Cash Machine, 6 furlongs, rated 75 in the all weather. Dam placed a mile to a mile 4, but realistically, the form is definitely working out with the 6 furlongs here, and the fact that it has the experience as well. Came a fairly good 4th the last time out. Very, very green that particular day, in Listowel and yielding conditions. Just down to a lack of experience, I would say, but the more experience it has, and it's got a fairly nice draw in stall 7. I definitely think it's going to put experience to the test here. 12-1 looks to be a bit generous and definitely well worth considering an each way play, especially in this field. And the fact that he has experience on his hands as well definitely does scream lots to like about him. 5 o'clock nap of the day. I cannot look past this full sister to Alpha Centauri Discoveries. 7-4 looks to be the one they all have to beat realistically. If this horse is anything as good as Alpha Centauri, with the experience obviously behind her now as well, she should take plenty of stopping here. I don't think there's much really else to go on in here apart from the bloodlines and all that. None of them else have any experience, apart from the ones way down in the market, that realistically shouldn't be challenging here. Realistically, I'm just going off bloodline and experience and what the potential is. And so far, to me anyway, Discoveries does tick all the boxes for me. Just the fact that she's a sister to Alpha Centauri, she should be able to blow most of these out of the water. But look, at we don't know. Aidan O'Brien has the potential to produce a superstar. Ger Lyons has the potential to produce a superstar, especially with newcomers. But I just cannot look past her. I think she's going to be too good for this field here. 5:30 and a wide open contest here. It's very, very hard to call, and it's very, very hard to really put a nail down. I was very much liking Ice Cold and Alex, dual course and distance winner, ridden by Joey Sheridan, claiming £5. Definitely well worth his claim. But the one that I'm liking, and the one that potentially is coming in here under the radar, is Cyrus Dallin at 20-1. Definitely well worth in each way. Loves the bit of rain, and we've got it. We've got it in Galway anyway. I'm not too sure about I'm not too sure about the Curragh, but I'd be fairly positive that I would be heading that direction some part of the night anyway. 6 furlong winner. Look at it, it's got lots to like about it. Didn't necessarily run a bad race last time out, went 5th, but I don't know. I just think with the rain that's falling at the moment and the rain that's fell throughout the day, there's just something about him that's drawn me to him, especially with the £10 being claimed from Daniel King. Not 100% too sure what sort of a jockey he's like. I'm sure Dennis Hogan wouldn't throw him up for the sake of it. And I definitely think, look at, with the £10 claim, he's definitely coming in here under the radar. He likes it around the Curragh, lads. It's up to yourselves, but 20-1 for me is definitely well worth an each way play, in my personal opinion. 6 o'clock, the next best of the day. I was tied between Joey Sheridan in the last race. I'm going definitely with him in this one. C. Ducker. I think he is the one they all have to beat, and realistically, he is a very, very interesting horse in here. He's been more of a national hunt sort, and he's definitely shown more in terms of national hunt potential and all that. But the fact that Arthur Moore sends him back in flat company now again, to me, just screams potential here. Arthur is definitely a great man to place his horses. Joey Sheridan on board. Obviously, look, at all you have to do is look at the ride he gave Princess Zoe in the Ascot Gold Cup, and you will definitely see why I like this lad so much. Drawn in stall 3, nice draw. Providing it gets the break and providing it gets going pretty much early enough, he should take all the stopping. And yeah, I'm definitely siding with him. He's 3-1. He's been supported in from 5s. I can see why. Definitely, I think he is going to be one that's going to take some amount of beating tomorrow. He looks just too good here. 6:35 and the biggest price each way of the day. And I'm going out in a bit of a limb here. Colin Keane rides for Dermot Well for Mydlair Stud. Now, that could be a tip in itself, but it could be it could potentially be a spare ride as well, considering the fact that, and I know I shouldn't be saying this about Colin Keane, but like, Colin Keane is definitely one of the best jockeys in Ireland. But in terms of Mydlair, they usually always get Oisin Orr. I know he's ridden some great races in the Mydlair colours in the past. And just the fact that he's gone away from this, whether that's Dermot's choice, Mydlair's choice, or Oisin's choice, I do not know. But he's gone against the grain, and he's gone for an unraced horse here called Arc NCL at 33-1. It is a filly, and it is there are definitely lots to like about her. over a mile too. She definitely has great bloodlines. When you look at See the Stars, out of Party, who is by a stallion there that's won up to a mile, 55,000 guineas, six-foal half sister to winners observational over a mile to a mile two in Great Britain and Australia, including a grade 3. Or a group 3, should I say. Party Line 1 mile 4 to 1 mile 6. Fiesta de Vega 1 mile 2. Dan was the 6 furlong to 7 furlong listed 2-year-old winner. Stayed up to a mile 2. Granddaughter to 2.5 or 12. No, 1 mile 2.5 3 or group 3 winner. And for me, anyway, it's worth a bit of a play each way. Drawn and stall 5, not too bad of a draw. Providing it can be turned out first time. And look at coming from John Murphy's yard. They are yard in pretty decent form at the present time. They've been in around the winner's enclosure, and I just think it's definitely something to play on the mind a little bit as to why Ushinor is riding this horse as opposed to the Miglair horse, Alpine Sierra. I just think I don't know. I just think that there could be potential with this one here, and at an each way play at 33 to 1 definitely looks to be a little bit more value in my personal opinion. 7-10, again, a wide open race. There's lots to like in this one. The one that I was definitely liking was Selene de Liette for Andrew Slattery, the 2 Andrew Slatterys. It's on a bit of a roll. It's going for 3 in a row, but it's a mad open affair. I think there's something like 20. There's 20 odd horses in this race anyway, whatever it is. But what was the one I was looking at? The one that I am looking at actually is actually drawn in the box seat. Now that could be very good or very bad, depending on what way it goes. But Hamley, the only course and distance winner of the field, dual course and distance winner, trained by Peter Fahey, ridden by Dylan Brown McMonigal, claiming £5. It's basically on bottom weight. In my personal opinion, 20 to 1 is overpriced. When you look at what it's done, it's the only course and distance winner of the field. Wasn't beaten too far on its seasonal reappearance. You can make excuses the last day. Just didn't get any luck in running. Providing it does break well from stall 1, you would be expected to get a nice position there. And coming from the Peter Fahey yard, Peter's having a good spell of things now in the last couple of weeks. So is Dylan. Dylan's been riding a few nice winners as well. So look at potential there. 20 to 1 looks overpriced for me, and I definitely think if you're playing each way, make sure and get maybe 4 or 5 places. It's wide open. You can make cases for so many of these. The fact that it's a handicap as well, they're all brought in with equal chance. So it's only look at the draw. It's a flip of a coin really at the end of the day. But I just think Hamley has more to like about it than most, and being a dual course and distance winner as well on good ground. So you would be expecting a fairly decent run overall. 7.45 and another coin toss of a race. The favourite is 7 to 1 to make things open free. It's the equivalent to a Grand National, the wide open affair that it is. But the one that I am liking and the one that I am going to take a bit of a chance on is Lyra Balakera. Dermot Wells' horse, ridden by Sam Ewing, claiming £5. He is the bottom weight. He is 12 to 1. I definitely think he is well worth an each way play. When you look at his form figures, they read 9.65. Not necessarily given a hard time of things, but does qualify for a mark now. The fact that Sam Ewing claims £5 as well. Sam is touted to be one of the best in the business in the next couple of years. He's got a bright future ahead of him. And realistically, all you have to do is just look at the way Dermot Weld plans these races for his horses. That generally, these handicappers, they generally put in a couple of mid-div runs, and then bang, the strike when the iron is hot, when they get the mark. And I really think this filly could potentially be this next, I wouldn't say a plot, because it's a crazy thing to plot in such a big field, but the fact that Sam Ewing's on board for Dermot Weld has been lucky enough around the Curragh in the past couple of occasions. So I'm going to take a chance and say 12-1 is definitely going to be a well worth each way play. Keep an eye on Jimmy Coogan's horse here for Chris Hayes. Chris Hayes is a man that I follow an awful lot on the flat. He is a very, very talented jockey. But I don't know. It's just I think he's more suited to an all-weather setting as opposed to say the turf ground. He definitely comes to full light on the all-weather and everything else like that. And realistically, that is where I'll be backing him the next time, providing he doesn't go and win by about 10 lengths now tomorrow. But yeah, just keep an eye on Stop on Red. He might be a bit of interest there, let's just say. But look at, I'm going to leave it there. Please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. I've just checked there recently. The statistics have dropped a small little bit in terms of viewers to subscribers. The current percentage for subscribed views is, I think, 38%. So we want to get that up a little bit higher than that. Just if you're watching these videos and I am giving you a few winners, just hit that subscribe button as best you can. It just helps me out that little bit extra, and it gets us to that 1,000 subscriber mark that we need to get to. I'll leave a link in the description below for Patreon as well. Patreon is a service that we provide for a select group of members as well. It's €10 a month, but for those who would be looking to sign up, I would be suggesting to maybe sign up at the start of next month, so the 1st of July. That's when you want to be subscribing if you are thinking of subscribing at all. Just the fact that it is an automatic payment subscription, and it does get automatically charged at the first day of every month. So just for your own sakes, not to say pay for June, the last 4 or 5 days of June, and then having to pay again for the whole of July, just for your own sakes, just to keep yourselves happy and all that. But look at, for the sake of it, I will leave a link in the description below. You can check it out there. Just the written description about it, whatever you want to do. But look at, I'm going to leave it there. As I said, please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. And the very, very best of luck tomorrow. Hopefully we're on the back of plenty of winners.